Welcome back to the It's Dumb Money YouTube channel, where we give you all the intel you need to establish relationships with the banks and build your credit profile. Now, today we're going to cover the best credit cards for bad credit. Now, keep in mind, before we even get started, I'm not going to cover store cards in this post or on this video. We're going to save that. I'm not sure if I'm going to add this to this page because it's a really long guide already, or if we're going to create a separate guide for that. But just keep in mind, this is non-store cards, so no talk about Amazon, Walmart, CapitalOnes, or any of that, okay? There are a huge amount of great cards, credit builders, actual credit cards, etc., that are non-store that exist now. It's absolutely incredible what's happened with this space. It went from such a dreary, kind of like a con game where there wasn't a lot of options and there's a lot of predatory people and companies in the space. And now all of a sudden there's like all these amazing options, it seems like. And that to me is really, really exciting. I wish a lot of this stuff existed when I was going through it, but I'm glad that it exists now. So I've got this huge table here that I would just like to take and break down with you, covering 20 credit cards that either have no inquiry, soft pull, pre-approval, whatever, will allow you to get really far into the game and see what your chances of pre-approval are before you even have to pull the trigger. And then I break down all the key variables: annual fees, APRs, if there's cash back, is it an actual credit card, what's the credit line or deposit required, because some of these are direct deposit based, some are a secured credit card, is there a forced auto pay where you got to auto pay it every 7 days, etc. And then does this report to all three? If not, which ones does it report to? So we're going to kind of bounce around on this, and let's start at the top. So we can't talk about credit building without talking about Capital One. Capital One is by far the most widely recognized credit card bank company that offers cards for those rebuilding your credit. They've got so many now. They've got their secured card option, which I think I could have gone into in the very beginning when I had a 4-something credit score, 470 credit score. If you've got that with a ton of DROGs, a bankruptcy, that might be a good one to look into. Or the Discover IT is it actually graduates after about 8 months. That's probably a better option for you. But they're looking at pretty low scores to get into those cards. Capital One also has the Platinum card. They've got the Quicksilver, the Quicksilver One. Some of these got annual fees, some of them don't. They got the Savior one, which is kind of grouped into that now. So it's great what they offer. And I was able to take advantage of this myself when I first was rebuilding my credit as well. They offer like 3 to 4. I'm giving you a range here of the APRs across those cards, the annual fees across those cards. Some of the cards, like the Quicksilver One, I believe is 0. The Quicksilver is 39, and then some of them are up to 95. I think that was the Savior. I'm not too sure. I don't have that card, so I don't know. And then a cash back, you get 1 to 1.5%. It's an actual credit card, yes, and the limits that they give you are somewhere between $200 to $600. Now, the good news is that after you make the first 5 payments in a row, then they will up your credit limit, okay? And then there's no auto pay, and it does report to all three. You'll see that there's actually notes broken down here at the bottom in case you want to get more specifics, and I talk more about these variables I'm giving you now in this video. But in case you forget or want to come back to it, there's a breakdown of literally every single card that I cover, all 20, down at the bottom, talking about important things that I think matter. Next, we have OpenSky. This is, again, another really common known card because it's a secured credit card. It does no hard pull at all, though. So it's essentially a guaranteed approval, and it'll be $200 to $3,000 because you're securing it yourself. You got to give up that money yourself. $35 annual fee, 17% or so APR. That's variable. It's going to change. No cash back. It's a real credit card, and it reports to all three as well. Okay, Discover IT. This one I like because it's one of the very few that actually graduates. After 8 months, they start looking at you to see if it will graduate and qualify to get unsecured. Okay, so this is a secured card to start. Yes, they will pull a credit report as well, 22% or so for the APR, 0 annual fee, 0 to 2% cash back. You do get cash back, and it moves throughout the year. It kind of runs in quarterly cycles, and so you do get cash back options there. It is a real credit card, no mandatory auto pay there, and then it does report to all three. Petal 1 and 2, this is a newer card. They started with just the Petal card, which I think was geared towards, similar to Deserve, which is the next one, towards like college students and whatnot, and now they have a Petal 1 and 2. So your range is $12.9 to $29.49. There is no annual fee. The rewards range from 1 to 10%. Yes, it's a real credit card, and limits are $500 to $10,000. So I give a breakdown of each card down below. So 2 to 10 cash back for select merchants, and that's a $500 to $5,000 on Petal 1, 1 to 1.5% cash back on more offers, and $500 to $10,000 limits on Petal 2. and this is backed by Web Bank. So again, if you've been denied on a pre-qual from them before, don't even bother because they'll deny you on across the boards. Okay, Deserve EDU. Interesting because Deserve is starting to branch out, it looks like. They've got a couple different products besides their own. They've got the EDU card, the Pro card. What they're claiming is the very first digital card, even though I don't think it is, but it's essentially a digital credit card where you can get disposable credit card numbers, which I think is good for some people, probably scary for others. These two cards range between $15.99 to $22 in terms of the APR. They will hard pull you, a 0 annual fee, 1 to 3% cash back. Yes, you get a card. Not sure. I'm waiting to hear back from them on the, I reached out to them on the credit limits that you'll get. No mandatory auto pay and reports to all three. So that's backed by South Bank. This is another big popular one. So again, if you get denied or rejected on a pre-qual or soft pull offer from them, don't expect that you'll get it same bank on another one. So here's another Web Bank here. So again, that's why I mentioned those things up front. Okay, Avant Bank, you'll see this one sometimes in your Experian. They do a hard pull, 23 to 25% APR, $39 annual fee, no cash back. Yes, it's a real credit card, $300 to $1,000 credit limit, definitely built for those rebuilding, and no auto pays. It reports to all three. Self Inc. This is the Visa, which I've covered in other videos, and we cover it pretty extensively on the site. It's one of my more favorite ones because the loan builder was crucial and paramount to me rebuilding my own personal credit. But after you've been with them for 3 months on the credit builder side, they'll allow you to take all the payments that you've paid in and just pivot that onto a secured credit card. And the credit card will have 24.99%, which I think is kind of high if we're keeping it real here. That's kind of high, but it is two separate products that are going onto your report with no hard pull whatsoever. And they both report to all three. So I think that aspect of it's great. No rewards, nothing fancy. It's just a regular old secured credit card, kind of like the OpenSky. Tomo is no hard pull, Grow Credit, no 0% APRs on those, 0% annual fees. Because Grow Credit is not really a credit card, Tomo is. So we're looking at Tomo 100 to 10,000 and Grow Credit is 17 to 150. Grow Credit is essentially for those with no credit at all. And what it allows you to do is take subscriptions that you're already paying for and move it from coming off your debit card to coming off your Grow Credit account. So this is things like Netflix, whatever, HBO Plus, whatever you're paying for. Or if you want to get those things and rebuild your credit at the same time, well, now you can do that. So they've got 3 different options that they offer. The most premium being that they allow you to get $150 per month worth of subscriptions. I do believe there are fees also on the 2 higher up plans as well. And you do have to pay that monthly, and Tomo is a weekly auto draft. And I don't think there's a way around either one of these, obviously, because this is your monthly subscriptions, and this I think is just how they have it set up. Tomo is also a beta released product right now, so they are not reporting to all agencies consistently from what I've found and what I've read on their site. And then Grow Credit does. Okay, so Upgrade, we've covered them in other videos, but they do have a credit card. It is a real credit card. You get between 8.99 to 29.99% APR on that, 1.5% cash back. There are stipulations to this, and you'll get approved for somewhere between $500 to $25,000. You do have to go through an entire documentation process for this. I don't think that you can just get through this one easily. They will ask for your ID, a selfie photo, and then they might even require W-2s, 1099s, bank statements, documentation of that sort. Jasper is going to do a hard pull as well. 15.49 to 24.99, 0 annual fees, 1 to 6% on the cashback opportunities. And it's because the 6% comes from their referral program. They've got a pretty aggressive referral program. I think it'll work for a lot of younger people who are openly talking about this sort of thing, but probably wouldn't be that great for older generation of people who don't really know how affiliate marketing works. If you have a grasp of like how referral or affiliate marketing works, then you'll do just fine here. Yes, it's a real card. You'll get up to 15,000 reports to all three. Chime, you've probably heard of that before. No hard pull, 0 APR, 0 annual fee. Yes, it's a real credit card, no cash rewards. It's based on direct deposit. So this is another interesting way that they're approaching this. You'll see throughout this whole list, the third-party service that they're using is Plaid, P-L-A-I-D. And what it allows them to do is get a look at your bank account. So you want to use a bank account that does not have non-sufficient funds stuffed in it every single month. You're bouncing monthly support payments or whatever you've got, the banking charge or the monthly fee that the bank charges. If if you're down to like bouncing that sort of thing in the account, probably best to use another one. If you've only got one bank account as an individual, I would strongly suggest that you start to open up multiple bank accounts. Definitely start to look at some being credit unions so that you can start to build relationships with these credit unions. Because down the line, they will offer you things that they will not offer somebody right out of the street because they are relationship based. No auto pay there, nothing fancy, and it does report to all three. Borrow, no on a credit pull, 0%, 0, no. It's a real credit card, up to 10,000. Yes, it reports to all three. Go to bank. This is another direct deposit option, 22.99% APR. Look at all these. No, all the way down to the bottom. None of these are pulling your credit. Okay, none of these are doing a hard inquiry. So keep in mind that if they're not doing that, there's something else going on the other side, which is they're making you use Play to link up your bank account. It's a secured card. It's a direct deposit gig, right? Like that's really the difference. And that's why I created this table so that you could really figure out what's going to be the best option for you. We got SeedFi, Sable, One Finance, Grain, Credit Strong, and Sophie. Credit Strong is another one of those installment loan credit builders, but they're just much bigger. They start at 1,000, go up to 10,000. They offer you 12-month, 24-month terms. You'll see, I will break down most of these offers in their own video. I just wanted to give you a look at this table and obviously give you the link so that you can go and check this stuff out for yourself. Yep, Sable's Prime Plus 699 for APR, 1 to 2% cash back. This is one of the ones I like better. $10 to $10,000. It's a secured card, reports to all three. And what they plan on doing is offering a secured later. If you get in now, you'll have a higher likelihood of getting into their unsecured when they release it. Okay, SeedFi, go to bank, pretty similar stuff here. No hard pulls, direct deposit. This is a secured card with no APR. So for some of you, this is looking good, but it's not an actual credit card. It is just straight credit builder. Okay, so you're paying into a savings account. They push it off to a savings account. And once you pay that very first payment with SeedFi, you cannot cancel. You have to go through and complete the entire thing. Whereas a lot of these others like Self Inc., etc., you can actually cancel out of those. One Finance, no limit. And it's a real credit card, reports to all three. So you want to check out these sites and look at the stipulations. Okay, up to 1,000 here, reports to all three. Not a real credit card. Credit Strong is not a real credit card. It's like Self Inc., but bigger. And Sophie, I put this one on here because I wanted 20 first off, and I think it's close. But Sophie, I would definitely go in there and start to use them first. They're like a Robinhood on steroids. They offer all kinds of investment vehicles. Get in there, get into their ecosystem, and start to use it, and then look down the line to get into their credit card because it is a new offering as well. And I think that you'll have a better chance, similar to a credit union, if you get in there and build a relationship now, and then later try and get this credit card. Because I don't think it's necessarily geared towards those rebuilding their credit. And again, all the breakdown underneath. I want to wrap up with the worst credit cards for those rebuilding their credit. And these are common suspects that you see throughout your Wallet Hub, your Credit Karma, and your Experian. This is going to be your Credit One, really any of those cards by Credit One, the company. Mission Lane, which I think is probably the best one out of the list. Indigo, Milestone, First Progress, which has like 3-4 different secured cards with all kinds of wacky names, Platinum, Elite, etc. And then Destiny. So Destiny, Milestone, and Indigo are all backed by the same bank. Bet you didn't know that. Genesis FS Card Services, Inc. So what that means is every single one of them is going to have the same start-off limit. It's $300. These are so bad because when you look at the fact that you're paying $75 right off the gate for the annual fee for the first year, they take that off the card right away. Look at these interest rates, mostly no cash back, or it's crappy cash back. They've got all kinds of additional fees involved. Foreign transaction fees, cash advance fees, and then cash advance APRs. Yes, they report to all three, but who cares? They're just so bad. Again, Mission Lane, if there was one that was the best out of this list, it would be this one. The rest are just, in my eyes, complete and utter trash, and I break them down underneath. And so now you know that most of those offers are backed by the same company. So if you get denied by one, you'll get denied by all of them, what that means. And they offer a pre-qualification, but also too, your starting limit, no matter what, will be $300, which is awful. All right, that's all I got for you in this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this, click the like button, comment below if you've got something to say. I'd love to hear your experience, love to hear what you think about these lists, these tables, what we're doing here. And if you think this can help a friend, which I'm sure it can, just take a second, share the video with them. That way it'll help us grow this channel. We really appreciate your support. Like the video so that it gets us up in the algorithms. Subscribe if you haven't already and you want to see more of our content in the future. Be on the lookout, more videos coming soon.